Hi guys, welcome to Heartlight Tarot and Astrology. This is going to be a full moon in Scorpio reading for the sign of Gemini. This full moon is taking place in your guys' sixth house of work, service, employment, pets, small animals, health, and diet. It's squaring other aspects of your chart to bring some kind of ending to some kind of beginning, and also it's also squaring new energy, which makes it a very interesting full moon. If you are new to my channel, I work with energies of the tarot along with what's going on astrologically to give you guys a predictive forecast. So if that's something that you're interested in, consider subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell. If you haven't yet and you're a returning viewer, consider liking my videos if it resonates with you to support my work. I really would appreciate that. So for this full moon, it's happening in Scorpio at 4 degrees. So if you have any fixed placements from 0 to 10 degrees, this is really going to be affecting you in certain ways. For you, Gemini, this Scorpio full moon is happening in your sixth house of employment, work and service, what you do behind the scenes to get ready for work. So maybe you might be finding yourself completing some kind of schedule that you started to get ready for your work. For instance, I am a Gemini rising, and as an example, I finally got my schedule down. I know what kind of sleep I need. I know how I need to care for myself on this different shift that I'm on and this new workplace that I'm at. I know my pet schedules. I know what I need to do to lose the weight that I've been trying to lose. I know how my body is working now. Um, if any of you guys are like me, there's been a lot of changes in my health. So that's just an example. You guys, so for Geminis, we're squaring the 12th house, the Uranus and Jupiter conjunction that's happening in the 12th house here on April 20th. So these two energies are like literally back to back. This first Uranus and Jupiter conjunction is happening in your 12th house of sacrificial service. You know, what you do behind the scenes to care for other people and to kind of put yourself on the back burner if that's something that you guys do. Some kind of repressions or, prisons, asylums, institutions, your self-undoing, your secrets, secret enemies or hidden enemies are all really coming to light. That things might be expanding for you in that aspect. You might be finding yourself noticing that you give a lot to other people and you don't receive back, and it's creating some kind of enemies or some kind of hidden enemies are coming out, and you're seeing people for their true colors. Considering this full moon is squaring that energy, you might be allowing some of that stuff at work or some self-undoing to kind of really come to the forefront so that you can work through it and then possibly start taking even better care of yourself, taking even more rest because you don't care what other people think anymore. You're past that. And you're only going to go towards the people that love you and accept you for who you are, secrets and all, or however you act, okay? This is also squaring the 10th house, or no, sorry, your 9th house. It's squaring Pluto. Okay, Pluto is the planet of transformation. It's the planet of change, but it's the type of change that like changes you from the core, right? And it completely transforms the person that you are. So the fact that Pluto's been in your 9th house for a little while and it's going to stay there, you might be noticing that you've been called more towards higher education, religion, goals, direction, and the meaning of life, like the deep spiritual meaning that you really, find life changing. Okay. It's all this energy is squaring each other. So maybe you might be finding yourself really becoming more spiritual, really digging deeper into some kind of esoteric or, spiritual healing, or maybe chakra clearing, or something that's very spiritual, maybe some kind of teacher. And it's kind of getting in the way of your day-to-day routine. It's affecting the way that you take care of yourself. Even though now you probably know what exactly you need to do to care for yourself, it's probably becoming even harder because there's more pressure on you from maybe possible hidden enemies, or considering, you had that, you have this energy of, Mars and Saturn in your 9th or 10th house of, profession and your public standing and your relationship with your bosses. So maybe there's something at work that's been like holding you back and kind of keeping you from your fullest potential of thinking about higher life philosophy. Maybe a lot of distractions coming in that area. We also had the solar eclipse in Aries reading, which, are not reading, happenstance, something that happened, right? The solar eclipse that just happened. We're still feeling that energy that happened in your 11th house of social groups, clubs, hopes and wishes, your ideals, your public standing in that group. So I feel like maybe now that you're being seen, now that you're being more visible in your works and also your status and your placement in certain groups, maybe hidden enemies are coming to the surface. Okay. Maybe your bosses are, seeing you for your potential now, and they're making you work harder. And it's kind of getting in the way of you taking care of yourself because it's putting more stress on you. And it's also kind of like squaring that energy in the ninth house of, spiritual meaning of life. And you're up, maybe it's something that in this area, you don't want to work for this place anymore. And you really want to be more spiritual, but you got to pay the bills. Mars and Saturn is there to say, just stick with it. But anyways, let's get your current energy. You guys got the Four of Wands. Thinking about your foundation, your home. Wands is action, right? It's a verb. I always see this as a verb. So what are you doing right now that's affecting your home life, or that's really building a foundation of your home? Maybe you're thinking about the people that you live with and their safety and their security right now. You just have to stick with something that's going on at work to kind of make sure that your family is taken care of. Maybe you are getting married and planning a wedding in the middle of all this. That could be possible as well. But I'm just saying that this energy it soon shall pass. But just continue to do the work that your mind is calling you to do. Because right now we are all having this full moon in Scorpio energy here pretty soon. And what messages in your head have been going off that you need to deal with, that you need to kind of accept and move on from, and learn what you needed to learn and take it in a positive way. And for you, it's going to be towards your foundations. What you're trying to build is what I just heard. Maybe you're thinking about what you're trying to build. That one really stuck out in my mind. In the recent past, you had the Hermit card. You might have been finding yourself taking a break from things. Really looking for your inner light on what it is that, sorry, I just knocked over the camera. What it is that what kind of person you want to be. Okay, I really do feel like that for Geminis right now. What kind of legacy do you want to leave? And how are your belief systems changing? And how can you trust yourself in knowing the right answer, right? And the Hermit card is the sign of Virgo. So maybe there's somebody that's of significance. Maybe there's a Virgo in your life. That's possible as well. There could be a Leo. I see Leo here too. I see fire energy. But the Hermit card here, it tells me that you have been going within a lot and just kind of accepting yourself. And I feel like that's the energy of the 12th house. Okay. So I feel like this culmination, or whatever's happening, or whatever big expansion is happening and change in your 12th house, I feel like you're going to be trusting yourself, and it's going to show in your foundations. Okay. And your family is going to be able to learn from you, because you're becoming who you need to be and who you're supposed to be. And it's not necessarily going to be great for everybody else, like coworkers or your public standing or whatever the case may be, but it doesn't matter because you're okay with it. Okay. Let's get your upcoming future card. What's going to happen here in this situation? You guys got the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles, he's all about stability. Okay. He's all about making his money work for him, right? It's all about expansion. And, I feel like you have all this energy in your 12th house. You've done the work behind the scenes mentally. Maybe you're coming to a completion with a therapist or with a doctor regarding your health, mental health, physical health. And it's going to be showing up in your, behind the scenes mental stability, or, any type of, repressed thoughts might be cleared away here. And I feel like with this King of Pentacles being here, the Pentacles represents earth, So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, this is showing me energy of your 12th house, okay? This is showing me that you did the work in your 12th house. And you let some things go that you can't control. You learn not to people please as much, or you learn to really care for yourself and know that you're worth any type of change and investment for yourself. The King of Pentacles is all about investments, okay? It was in your 12th house, but now it's going to be moving, right? This energy of Jupiter is going to be moving into your first house of yourself. And when that does, you're going to expand entirely. You have, sorry, that's a really loud motorcycle. Let me shut the window. Okay, problem solved. So what was I going with this? So this King of Pentacles did its work mentally, and you're going to be able to carry yourself through your foundations, right? Into your first house of self and your outlook on life and your personality. And I feel like you're doing the groundwork. You're doing the groundwork right now. And because of that, once Jupiter moves into your first house, you're really going to see the benefits of it. You're going to see the abundance of it. You're going to see the real raw, tangible results from it. I see a lot of positivity here, Gemini. Let's get you guys a animal spirit card. And also because I feel like this kind of, actually a lot, it shows a lot of work energy. I'm going to go ahead and pull some money and job cards for you guys as well. Some oracle cards, so stay tuned to the end. Oops, upside down. You guys got beaver. Okay. I'm going to read about that for you. I mean, when I think about the beaver, it doesn't need much to be happy, right? Like, I think about it. If you see a beaver, they always look happy. Like, they always got either their baby on their belly, or they're swimming and doing what they need to survive out there. That's what I see when I see the beaver. Oh, here, I found it. Hard worker, loyal, tireless, and family first. The beaver personality is a welcome sight. These good-natured and dependable creatures have infinite love and enthusiasm for their family and express it by way of earth element, providing a home, financial stability. Although a beaver doesn't usually initiate a project, once started, they'll work steadily for weeks, months, or years to see it through. The beaver card appears when the task at hand requires your long-term steady effort. So that's what I was just saying. You're doing the work, you're laying the foundations, you're really showing up in the world instead of hiding away because you hid away for a while maybe. You found your inner light, you know who you're supposed to be. You're doing the work mentally and physically, right? Because this full moon is taking place in your sixth house of health and your physical well-being. I feel like you're doing the work and you're laying the groundwork, and you know that this is going to take some time, but you're willing to put in that work, and it's coming from the right place in your heart. Okay. It can also signify that it's time for some karma yoga or selfless service. So maybe that's going to be too sacrifice service, right? This is squaring your 12th house. Maybe you're going to go out there and you're going to find some kind of selfless service, feeding the homeless, just bringing someone that you've seen homeless in your area some clothes that you don't want, that you don't need anymore. Then that's going to help clothe that person, right? So you're going to be helping somebody move without worrying about what it's going to do to your time, your day, because you know that you're going to help somebody else out. You're going to pay it forward. When in balance, happy, meaningful work. When out of balance, feels useless and worn out. To bring into balance physical labor and selfless service. All right, so what are you going to be doing here that's going to help out another person? Maybe you've been thinking about that. Maybe that's something that you've been thinking about doing, paying it forward. Because there's somebody in your life that needs assistance with moving or anything, rides, places. Maybe they don't have a car. I'm going to get job loss. Or sorry, I see job loss for you guys in your money and oracle cards. And termination of employment. Maybe somebody around you has just lost their job and it's affected you, right? And it's really made you look at the way that you want your career to go or what type of job you want. I don't see this as you losing your job, although, you know, with this energy in Mars and Saturn in your 10th house, there's a possibility that a job could leave you, or you could lose a job, or you could leave a job, or maybe it's time that you terminate your employment with that job. Because with Mars and Saturn, maybe you just realize that this work is just not for you. It's not cut out for you. That's possible. I'm going to get one more for you guys for Gemini. Work from home. Okay. I feel like some of you guys are creating from home. Okay. For me, this reading does hit dead on in a lot of ways, not entirely, but working from home is something that I do now in hopes to leave my job. So this is something that I love doing. It makes my heart tick. It keeps me going to provide these messages for you guys. Let me know in the comment box below how this resonates for you. Maybe something is going to be changing in your career, and it's going to work out way better than you ever thought. Okay, Gemini, I wish you all the best, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.